Hello guys, welcome back. Let's see, are we live right now? We are. So let's continue this configuration. So yesterday we created these two. We can just go into the configuration and we can see what we have done. Show IP interface brief, my favorite command. You can see that what we have going on. So 0/0 is up, /1 is up. So let's go ahead and do a show VLAN. Okay, so you can see now that we have VLAN 3. The admin VLAN is configured right now for Ethernet 0/1. This one right here connected to S1. We also have 0/3 and interface 1/0. Those three are configured as access VLAN, right? So those are being accessed, and we are using VLAN 3 for those three interfaces. Let's see what we have for show interfaces. See our trunk link, what we have configured from yesterday. So yesterday we configured 0/0 has a trunk link. Interface 0/2 also trunking right now. You can see the VLANs allow are every single VLAN. We have to later configure that and just only let the VLANs that we are using through here, right? Because we don't want to do all the VLANs, so they don't do a VLAN hopping attack on you. So that is good. That is for S3. Now let's go ahead and take a look at S1. S1 we configure trunk links. We also configure a Etherchannel, which basically you can combine two interfaces. We combine these two interfaces into one logical interface. So let's go ahead and do enable show. Let's do a show VLAN. You can see VLAN 3 is for interface 0/1. This one right here. If we do a show interfaces trunk, we can see that we are trunking 802.1q. We are trunking 802.1q on interface 0/0. We are also trunking, if we do a show, I believe it's Etherchannel. You can see, let's do Etherchannel summary, I believe. There we go. That gives you a lot of more information. We can see that the ports that we're using is Etherchannel 0/2 and 0/3 are being an Etherchannel, and we are using LACP, so that is great. Let's go ahead and also show IP interface brief. I believe they are down, so 0/2 and 0/3 are down. So what we want to do is we want to configure. Let's go ahead and start with S4 and configure these two as an access, switchboard access. Let's go ahead and also do access over here for VLAN 4, and then we need to move on to S2 and configure the Etherchannel and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with S4. We have not configured anything on this S4, so enable config T. And let me move this over here if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna be taking a look at it. We have 2 people watching. What's up? What's up? Okay, so host name is going to be S4. We are going to create a couple VLAN, just VLAN 4. We are going to name this VLAN IT. Great. Exit. Let's do a interface range. We're going to go interface 0/3, comma, interface 1/0. So we can grab these two interfaces that are going to be configuring in the same VLAN. So we're going to do switchboard mode access switchboard access VLAN 4. Okay, we also going to do it. I should have put interface 0/1. It's also going to be doing access and switch port access VLAN 4 as well. So we are access right here. We are going to get an error that switch 2 is using VLAN 1 on this interface, and we are using VLAN 4. So we are going to be getting those errors on this switch number 4 in a couple of seconds. Okay, so we have done that. Now we need to configure trunk link between 02 and 00. You can see right here, native VLAN mismatch. That's fine. We can fix that whenever we go to switch 2. So let's go ahead and interface. Let's do a range so we can grab all of them. Interface 0/2, 0/0. We are going to do a switch ports, trunk encapsulation. We are going to be doing .1Q. Then switch ports mode, we are going to be trunking. You can do just a switch ports, trunk, allow VLAN, let's just say O, exit. So we are now trunking. That is great. We can just go ahead and save our configuration. Okay, so that is great. Let's go ahead and go to switch 2. Switch 2 is going to be different. It's just going to be almost identical to switch 1. Enable config T, hostname switch 2. Let's go to interface. Let's go to interface range, and we are going to pick /2 and /3. Switch ports, trunk encapsulation .1Q. Switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk, allow VLAN, nice, allow VLAN, let's just say O for now. Let's also go to switch port. Let's go to interface 0/0. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1Q. Switch port mode trunk, switchboard mode trunk. So that is it for this one. So we should be trunking now. So we have configured this as trunk links. Let's configure interface 0/1, switchboard mode access, switchboard access VLAN. We are going to assign it to VLAN 4, which I have not created, but it's going to create it for me automatically. There we go. If we go interface, or if we just go to VLAN 4 and we can just name it IT, that's good. Exit. So we have done that. The native VLAN mismatch is going to stop. Now we can go ahead and go into if we go into interface range 0/2 to 3, we gotta put the E for Ethernet. We're going to do a channel group. In this channel group, this number is going to be locally significant. Mode, we are doing LACP. Let's go ahead and make LACP active as well. That should form a channel, Ether channel. Looks like it is still down. It is down because we need to make this, because it is shut down on switch 1. So let's go ahead and config T interface range E 0/2 to 3. Let's do a no shutdown. Let's go ahead and end it. Let's go ahead and save our configuration. LACP should come up in a minute. If we do a show Etherchannel summary, we should see that P means, what the P means is bundle. So it has been bundled. It's not down anymore. You can see that the port channel is up. Let's switch to. Let's go ahead and end it. Save my configuration. If we do show Ether channel summary, we can see that we have LACP. P means they are bundled in port channel, so they are working and you know they just are working. You can see that the S means that it's layer 2 right here. S is layer 2 switch, and U means that it is in use. Okay, so that is great, just the way we wanted that to happen. So now we are done with this switches for now, and what we need to do is we need to go into the routers, and we need to start configuring these routers. We are going to assign IP addresses. So we are going to be configuring DHCP. So let's go ahead and do a couple of texts. So this one is going to be, let's just say for 192.168.1, let's just say that 4.1, right? So that is good. Can we not send back, duplicate it? We can put it over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. This one is going to be VLAN 3, so we are going to just put in 192.168.3.1. That is good. We also, before we do that, let's go ahead and go to switch 1. We need to form a trunk from Ethernet 1/1 to this gigabit interface. Config T interface E1/0. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1q. Switch port trunk. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN O. Let's go ahead and do the same. Let's go also save it. Let's go ahead and do the same for switch 2. Config T interface 1/0. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1q. Switch port trunk switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN O. Let's allow all of them, and then save my configuration. So that is great. It is trunking, so we have this trunk. This one should also be trunking right here. It should be trunking. Let me think. Yeah, because let's just have this trunking. Config T interface E1/1. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1q. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN O. Let's go ahead and save it. Let's go ahead and go to switch 1 and do the same to R5. So switch port, we are going to have switch port. Wait, we got to go to interface E1/1. Switch port switch port trunk encapsulation .1q. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN O, and let's save it. Alright, so let's go ahead and move to the routers. So let's go ahead and go to layer 3. Okay, let's just say no. Let's go ahead and open R5 as well. Let's say no. So I gotta think how I'm going to do this. So we are going to be doing basically a router in a stick, but so this one And this one, I gotta take a look at this, how I'm going to do this, because I can have for VLAN 4, that's fine. If we configure HSRP, they should be good. So let's go ahead and configure this router in the stick for now. Enable config G is going to be a host name of R6. Okay, interface gigabit 0/0. IP address 192.168.3.1, 255.255.255. .255.0. So we are configuring our 6 gigabit 0/0. Let's do a no shutdown. Exit. So now let's go ahead and configure. I think it's IP DHCP question mark. We are going to do a DHCP Byting boot class conflict. No. We are going to do a pool. We are going to name this VLAN for VLAN 3. So the IP, so the IP address, no, let's do a question mark. I don't remember, it's been a while. So I believe we need to do network 192.168.3.0. Okay, the default gateway that we are going to, the default route is going to 192.168.3.1. We can also add the domain name, DNS server. We can do all of that, but we're not going to do that. This is all we need for now. And we also need to do a IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.3.1. And we are excluding 3.1 because that is the IP address of our router, and we don't want the DHCP server to hand out that IP address because that is going to cause a lot of issues. We don't want multiple devices to have the same IP address, right? That's going to conflict. That's going to cause a lot of trouble in the network, so we don't want that to happen. So therefore, you need to exclude this IP address or any IP address that has been statically assigned to any other right, to any other either server, router, switch, whatever. So that's why I am excluding this. All right. So we have that configured. So now let's go ahead and go into this. They have a server image. I want to change this to like a computer or something. Let's call it desktop. This desktop right here, desktop 4, looks good to me. And we are going to name this I guess Linux, let's just call it Linux 4 3.0. Let's call it 3.0. We are going to enable DHCP so they can get a IP address from the DHCP server, which is our router right now, right? So that is good. Let's also do it for this one. Linux 3.2 static enable DHCP, and it looks like it never got this one over here, maybe because I put the dot on it. We don't want the dot on that. So Linux 3.30, whatever. DHCP has been enabled. So before we do any of this, I need to configure this router. So if we go to interface gigabit 0/0.3, it needs to be the same as the. So we are going to create a subnet. Is it a subnet? We need to create a sub interface, not a subnet. So in here, it is going to ask you, well, we need to configure a couple of things. So I did this wrong. I shouldn't have configured that IP address. So let's go ahead and go to interface gigabit 0/0. IP, let's say no IP address. 192.168.1.3. 255.255.255.0. And then we're going to go back to the sub interface that we're going to configure IP address. 192.168.3.1. Here's where you are going to be configuring that IP address. I forgot about that. We also need to do encapsulation, that one queue, and we are going to use VLAN 3. And then we are able to configure that IP address. It is saying that it is overlapping with gigabit 0/0. I thought I removed that IP address. Let's go ahead and do show IP interface brief. My goodness, it is there. I thought I negated that. Didn't I do that? No IP. I did. It wasn't removed. What's going on? Let's go ahead and do interface gigabit 0/0. No IP address. Okay. Show IP interface brief. There we go. Removed. Let's go ahead and go back to that sub interface. Let's go ahead and configure that IP address again. There we go. So I believe that's all you need to do. All right, let's go ahead and test this. So if we, let's also well, it is right here. Well, we do show IP interface brief. Now we can see it that it is assigned to the sub interface. That 3 means that it's going to be tagged with that 3, VLAN 3, using that one queue. Good. Let's go ahead and power this bad boy on. Let's see how I never really had this many on this EVE-NG with this server. I never had this many. It's not that many devices, but I want to see how is it lab details maybe. I want to see how this is taking it. No, not lab details. All right. Status. There we go. So CPU usage. Ooh, look at that, 59. We are killing it. Disk. Well, now it says 30. That's probably because 20. Because we were just powering on this device right here. I don't know why I open over here. I don't like it when it does that. Still doing it. Stop doing that. I don't like it when you do that. Let's see if this one does the same. Come on, power on. You can do it. And I'm just going to turn this one up and then power this on again. There we go. Still doing it. I hate when it does that. EVE-NG, you gotta fix that. But oh well. Let's go ahead. And this is going to be a Linux device. So it is basically this one over here. There we go. Now let's see if we have an IP address. We are going to go to System Tools. Yeah, I have EVE-NG Pro, so this images come pre-installed. IF config. Did we get an IP address? Yes, we did. 192.168.3.3. So we should be able to ping 192.168.3.1, which is my default gateway. Boom! And there it is. I'm able to ping my default gateway. That is awesome. Okay, that is awesome. Let's go ahead and also let's go ahead and just power these on. Doesn't matter. So we have configured the DHCP server over here. We can say that it's gigabit 0/0.3, and this one is also a DHCP server. That's looking good. Over here, we need to say that it's going to be gigabit 0/4, and this one is going to be a DHCP server. We haven't configured on this side yet, but we are going to do a similar configuration to R6. Let's go ahead and make this bold so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so this one is for 32. Let's go ahead and open 30. Oh yeah, we got 4 people watching. What's up? Okay, we are going to go to System Tools, Mate Terminal, ifconfig. We should probably got 192.168.3.2. I don't know, maybe. There we go, 192.168.3.2 from the DHCP server. We should be able to ping 192.168.3.1, and I also should be able to ping this bad boy over here, which is .3.3. Let's go ahead and see if we're able to do that. 192.168.3.3. Oh, I guess we gotta put ping in front of this right here. There we go. So I'm able to ping my other Linux device. So that is working good. That is working really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit this. Put a computer, or is it PC desktop 4? Let's call it Linux 4.1. We are going to enable DHCP. Only 2 people watching now. I guess people got bored. That's all good. Linux 4.2. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me any question. Desktop 4. Enable DHCP. Make sure that they get an IP address from the DHCP server that we have not configured yet. So before I move on, let's go ahead and go to R6 and just go ahead and do WR. Let's go ahead and save my configuration before I do anything else. I don't want to lose my configuration. Nobody wants to lose their configuration. Okay. Wait, did I get an error or what? Nope, all good. Now let's go ahead and go to R5. Enable config t hostname R5. Okay, now we are going to configure the rest. Okay, let's go to interface gigabit 0/0.4. In here, we are going to configure. We are going to configure the encapsulation first. Encapsulation.1q. We are going to say that we are going to have VLAN 4 IP address 192.168.4.1. 255.255.255.0. Looking good, looking good. Exit. We can do an IP DHCP pool name. We are just going to call it VLAN 4. And then it's network. Ooh, look, I remember the command network 192.168.4.0. Default router 192.168.4.1. That should be good. Now we're going to do IP DHCP excluded, isn't it? Okay, excluded address 192.168.4.1. Again, we are going to exclude the DHCP server from giving out this IP address because we are using this IP address, right? Then that is my default router. You want to make sure that you exclude this IP address, because if you don't exclude it, then all your stuff are going to be going to another device. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, so we have that configured. That one queue, we have all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and save it. Now we should be able to get everything should be working. So now let's go ahead and power this 41 up. There we go. Let's also do 42. Let's see how my server is doing. Look at that, 65. I guess I need to add more power to this. Let's go ahead. It keeps going down, so that's not bad. I think it's because it's booting up. Let's see how my server is doing. I don't think I'm running anything else on this, but I just want to see, because I never run all of this before. Oh, CPU is at 9%, so I can add a lot more. I can add a lot more to even G. Okay, great. 32%. And so let's go ahead and go to 41. Let's go ahead and see 41 and 40. 41, this one right here. What is it? 41. Should have gotten an IP address of 192.168. That's 4.2, I believe. IF config and nada. Where is it? So this guy did not get an IP address. Let's see this 42. Did I miss a step? I'm trying to think. I am trying to think. IF config. This one didn't get an IP address either. So let's see, what did I miss? Did I miss something? Are we trunking? Oh, I think I know what it is. Show IP interface brief. I know what it is. I think it is because this interface is down. So we need to bring it up. Interface gigabit 0/0. No shutdown. Right? No shut down. Do show IP interface brief again. So now they're both manually up, because that 4 is basically a sub interface of 0.0. So if 0.0 comes up, 0.4 is going to come up as well. So let's go ahead and see if we got that IP address now. And there we go. 192.168.4.3 for 42 and 41. Should have gotten that 4.2. There we go. So we should be able to ping 192.168.4.1. Great. That 4.2, which is our own IP address, and also that 4.3, which is the other device's IP address. Great. We are killing it today, guys. That is great. So now, what else can we do? Let's see if we can configure gigabit 0/1. Let's see how we are going to do this, right? So how are we going to be able to ping? How are we going to ping 192.168.3.0 network, right? So that is going to be, so we're going to configure. Let's go ahead and duplicate this bad boy. Bad boys. What you gonna do when I come for you? So this one's going to be, yep, no DHCP. So this one's going to be, let's say 3.10, and since this one is going to be 3.10, we want to exclude this from the server. This one is going to be 4.10, because right now if we go to 42, this one right here, and we try to do, let's go to ping 192.168.3.1, we aren't able to ping that 3.1. We don't know how to get there, right? We don't know how to get there. We don't have that network connected. We're not using OSPF. We're not using static route, ERGRP, BGP. We're not doing anything like that. So what we need to do is we need to configure a way to get there, and that way is going to be by configuring this IP address over here and this IP address over here, so that R6 connects to VLAN 4 and R5 connects to VLAN 3, right? So let's go ahead and do that, and we also need to exclude this IP address. So let's go into IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.4.10. I forgot AC, not excluded. Let's go ahead and save it for now. Let's go ahead and do it for R6 as well. So we are going to, let's go ahead and exit IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.3.10, and let's save it. So let's go ahead and start with R6, right? R6 config T, interface gigabit 0/1. Let's go ahead and do a no shutdown command. Then we are going to go into interface. This is for VLAN 4. So R6 wants to communicate, right? These people right here, my peoples right here, wants to communicate with VLAN 4. So we need to do basically another router and stick right here, and also, you know, we are going to be configuring HSRP and all of that. So if one of them goes down, if R5 goes down, the R6 is going to come up, right? It's going to show up big time. And if R6 goes down, R5 is going to show up big time, and they're going to be able to reach the network. So we are going to be adding more and more stuff to this. Right? Yes, right. Okay. So encapsulation, that one cube, and it's going to be for VLAN 4. IP address 192.168.4.10.255.255.255.0. Great. Let's just do no shutdown just because. Do save it. Okay. So from R6, I should be able to. Let's see if I'm able to ping. Let's do ping 192.168.4.1. Am I able to ping that 4.1? Yeah, I'm able to ping that 4.1. So from R6, I'm able to go to this switch, and I'm able to ping out router 5. I should also now be able to ping 4.2. Great. So I'm able to ping 4.2. Now, so I should also be able to ping 4.3. Great. So now I'm able to communicate. So let's see. Now let's go ahead and configure this one over here. Let's go ahead and save it for R6. Go ahead to R5. Interface gigabit 0/1. So no shutdown. And then we are going to go to interface 0/1. .4, right? .3, because we want to go to VLAN 3. And so let's go ahead and, this one is .4. Great. This one is .3. So now we want to do is on router 5, encapsulation, that one queue, and we are tagging 3 IP address 192.168.3.10. Oops, subnet. Save it. So that should be, that's all she wrote. So now we should have communication between VLAN 3 and VLAN 4. Let's go ahead and ping 192.168.3.1. 3.1. So it's going to go out this way, and then it's going to go to R6. Great. I should be able to ping the 3.2. 3.2 goes out this way. Wait, 3.2, no. So I'm getting lost. So 3.2 from here. Yep, so 3.2 and also 3.3, which is this one right here. Great and great and great. So now if we go into Linux 30, this one right here, I should be able to ping 192.168.4.1. Great. So I'm able to ping from this guy, I'm able to ping 192.168.4.1, right? Right. So I should also be able to ping that 4.2. Great, it is pinging. We're able to ping. That means that we are able to ping from this guy, going across, going down, and then it's coming back, and then it's going back with a reply. So that is a really cool topology. So what else can we do? Let's see. So we now have communication with all of them. So that is great. What we could keep doing is we could basically add another one of this. Put like VLAN 5. We could do that. But what I want to do is I want to add basically the ISP router over here. We are going to configure that router. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and save everything. This one has been saved, but let's save it again. R6 saved. Wait, was that R6 or R5? Let's go ahead and just save it. R5 has been saved. R6 has been saved. S2 save it. Save everything, guys. Always save. Always double check, triple check. S1 Hornets, S3 save it too. Okay, so we have saved everything. Can we grab everything and just move it down a little bit? Okay, so what I want to do, we are going to add another router. Let's go ahead and add, let's just go ahead and add 3 of these bad boys, just because I can. Save it. So what we want to do, we are going to be configuring BGP between these two. It's going to be BGP, right? It's basically like we are going outside to the outside world. We are also going to be configuring probably HSRP or VRRP or the other one. I forgot what it was. One of them. We are going to be configuring that. Just in case R5 goes down, then R6 is going to be able to take care of the traffic for VLAN 4, or if router 6 goes down, then R5 is going to be able to take care of that. So we are going to be configuring that, either HSRP or VRRP, or we are probably going to be configuring. Let's just go ahead and configure all of them and see how all the different configurations go. So that should be cool. Yeah, let's do all of them: HSRP, VRRP, or I forgot the name of the other one, but that's cool. Then after we do that, in another live, I am probably going to configure BGP. Then we can probably add like a couple servers right here, like an HTTP server. We can add like an FTP server and all of that. So after that is done with BGP, we are going to be configuring static routes to go to R13, a default static route. That should be good. We are going to, do some hardening on the devices. We are going to shut down the interfaces that we're not using. We are going to, instead of doing a switchboard trunk allow all, we are just going to allow the VLANs that we want, all that good stuff. We're probably going to replace the native VLAN, and all of that good stuff. So let's see what else we can do. I just remember this. So one other thing is that probably this guy right here is going to be basically like another site. So we are going to be doing some GRE, some IPSec tunnel. This is my favorite. So we are going to do some GRE, IPSec tunneling. We could figure out how to do VRF. So we are going to be configuring VRF. Let's go ahead and, so I don't forget, over here for this router, VRF over here. We are going to have a tunnel between these two bad boys. So we can do a line. Let's make it blue. Blue is good. With, let's say 4. So over here, IPSec. I just want to mark all of this so I don't remember so I don't forget. IPSec connection over here. What else can we do? Let's see, exam topic, libs, blah blah blah, infrastructure, trunking, ether channels. We could probably then do some ERGRP and OSPF. Somehow we can do some OSPF, ERGRP. We are going to definitely do some NAT. Let's go ahead and some NAT and PAT. Let's go ahead and do that. We do have to do that. I just want to add all the text over here so I don't forget all the configurations. We are going to be doing some NAT and PAT. We are going to do HSRP and VRRP. What else, guys? What else? What else should I do? Please talk to me. Please tell me. Please leave a comment in the chat. What else can we do? Security stuff. Let's see. Oh, we can do some AAA. We can do some AAA. I like me some AAA. What else do you want me to do with this apology, guys? Now is your time. can do some AAA. So we are able to SSH and telnet to these devices. Trust sect and all that good stuff. We could probably do some ACLs. We can probably do some ACLs. Python, okay. So yeah, so here's what we're going to be doing. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to go on the chat. I guess they don't have a keyboard. They cannot type. It's all good. I know you don't want to talk to me. I don't bite. The keyboard won't bite you either. So here's what we have done. I think I should label this as access ports over here, trunk ports, ether channel right here, trunk port, access trunk port. We configure DHCP. We configure basically router and stick. DHCP. These devices right here are getting IP addresses via DHCP. So what's next? I believe what's next is going to be NAT, PAT, and HSRP and VRRP. Then we are going to configure BGP with these sites. We are going to add a couple servers down here. Let's go ahead and add a couple servers down here. So yeah, and I have this Docker IO because I do have Eve NG Professional. So that's the reason why. So let's go ahead and add. Let's go ahead and add 3 devices down here. Server. TJ Martin, what's up, man? What else should I configure on the upcoming videos? Just let me know. I want to keep it in the Encor exam topic. So if you have any recommendations, just let me know. Okay. So we have this right here. This guy right here is going to have VRF. Right here. Okay. We are probably gonna have to do some NAT and some either NAT or PAT. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do NAT and PAT over here as well for static NATing, right? IPSec AAA is going to be everywhere. HSRP. Probably going to configure the DHCP server right here too. So okay, so I have some labels right here that I can work with for my upcoming videos, live videos. Hopefully I want to do this all week. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, all week I want to be configuring. So 53 minutes, that's not bad. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Whoever was watching, TJ Martin, thank you for watching. Also, if you do not follow me, why don't you just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips, if you do not follow me yet. If you follow me, thank you. If you don't have a Twitter account, go ahead and create a Twitter account and then follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. This is your boy Oscar. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Good night.